All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of ThaumaCast / Thaumatro Productions Behind the Scenes. I'm here with my buddies Zach Dayton and Cole Cooper. Today we're just going to be shooting the shit about anything and everything, about life, about daydreaming, and sponge cakes.
Oh shit! I
You
can't
know,
wait for that.
y'all know what's going down.
Y'all know.
Y'all know what's going down. All right, so all right, I guess let's get this show on the road then.
Well,
We can talk about whatever we want.
Speaking of the road, the tags on my truck are currently expired, and as I was driving to work the other day, a cop pulled up behind me. All right, I'm broke as shit right now. I have all this nice shit. That's where my money went. I'm broke as hell, dude. And I was sitting there, and you know that meme of that black guy who's like sweating. He's like, oh god. Wow.
Was that you?
Oh, I was even blacker than him, dude. I was like,
How's
yeah.
that
Oh
possible?
wow.
I know.
This is a new development. In
Perhaps,
this
yes.
story.
But
The other day I was coming home from work in Brunswick, and I got off the highway, and I was blasting music.
Oh,
From this Norwegian heavy metal band, and I thought, usually if I see a cop, I turn the music down just to be respectful, because I thought, and if I was a cop, I wouldn't want to hear this bearded guy blasting Norwegian heavy metal. So I turn it down because I see a cop at the stoplight, and I feel right, and I feel like anytime I see a cop, I'm always like, oh no. Like, what are they? Something's wrong with my car, or I'm doing something wrong. They're like, and I feel like they're gonna pull me over. So I'm already like on edge a little bit, because I'm like, oh fuck, I'm driving like exactly the speed limit, and then I go by this gas station, and another cop pulls out. So I've got two cops behind me. There's no sound coming out of my car, and I was like, and like I went all the way through Brunswick, going like 5 miles under the speed limit, just to be like. Because I felt like they were right behind me, and I felt like they were watching my every move, and then they both turned left, and then I turned my music back up.
oh, yes.
That's the most interesting thing that's happened in my life for a while.
Yeah.
So
I have a number of entertaining car stories, automotive shit that's gone down. Well, first,
Tell 'em.
before I take the spotlight, Mr. Cole, do you have anything to add?
Oh yeah, Cole drives.
Yeah, I drive.
I'm just kidding.
He's a kid at heart, remember?
Yeah, I'm a kid at heart. I
Yes.
don't have my license at heart yet.
No.
Just physically you do, but not at heart.
Yeah, but no, I don't think I've ever actually been pulled over by a cop.
I've never been pulled over either.
I'm a good little driver.
Have you been pulled over there?
I'm the odd one out here.
Oh no!
Well, now that I said I've never been pulled over, on my way home tonight, I'm gonna get pulled over. I'm gonna get pulled over for the stupidest thing, like a
I know.
like a
fucking broken tail light or something.
Yeah, something stupid like that, or like that guy that I have tied to the roof of my car.
Oh damn! No, well.
I mean, I don't have that.
I mean, what?
That's not real. That was a lie.
Devin, you liar.
You son of a bitch. Well, so
Let's hear this story.
Two particular.
Sorry.
Classy.
Classy. We're just working out the kinks in this first episode, Can we fart on camera? Can we fart in sound audio?
No.
Oh god. I saw it's gone now, but on the
Is there
audio,
a huge thing?
on the audio, yeah, on the audio feed, there was just this big where Devin
so sorry.
just took a shit into the microphone.
I'm so
dude.
sorry.
But yeah,
And you're gonna have to hear that while editing.
Oh no. Well,
It's gonna be good.
scrumptious.
Sus.
Well, so on two particular instances, I have been pulled over. So the first time I was on my way to school, and I was driving through Parma, and then I was going like fucking speed racer, dude. But I didn't get pulled over for speeding. No, it was because I decided to catch the tail end of a yellow light. All right.
Oh my god.
And this cop, okay, right. So this cop pulls up, and I'm like, oh shit.
You're like,
all right, well, I'm never making it to school now. Damn it. So I pull over, and he pulls me over in the middle of an intersection.
Oh
So I'm
my
like,
God.
well, shit, I have to pull forward. So I drive forward, and he's flashing. This guy's getting pissed. He's flashing his spotlight. He's going, whoop, whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the fucking rape.
That's the sound of
dude.
the police.
Dude,
Pulls out his microphone. Yo, bitch.
Yay.
Move out the
Get
way.
out the way.
So I pull over, and I'm like, oh, shit. And then he, no joke, he gets out of his car like this. He's like, let me see your hands. And I'm like, oh, God. Okay, here. Okay. And he
Oh my
walks
God.
up. He's flashing a flashlight in my face. You know, it's kind of early in the morning, so I can't see this guy coming up. So then he gets up to my car, and he's like, what the hell were you doing? And I'm like, sir, I'm sorry. I was pulling over. He's like, no, you were not. You were
"But I
driving
was."
ahead. And I was like, sir, no. It was in the middle of an intersection. I didn't know what to do. So I'm like, shit, I'm trying to tell this guy that I was not trying to fuck the police and drive the hell away. So I'm like, shit. Well, so he's like, okay, I want you to look at me in my eyes. I want you to tell me, are you going to drive away when I ask you to pull into that parking lot over there?
This is way more
And I
intense
said,
than my
I
stoplight story
know.
with the Norwegian heavy metal.
Well, this is my first time being pulled over.
Oh my God.
So the second time I was like, oh shit, is this gonna go the same way? Well, the first time I got a nice whopping $220
Oh my
ticket
God.
for
That's not good.
for not obeying a traffic device.
Oh my God.
And something called full time inattention. I had no idea what that means.
That sounds like
but-
my job.
Shit. I swear, I thought I was gonna get shot that day, sir.
so scary.
I didn't even go to my first 2 classes. I just sat in my truck and I'm like,
Yeah, I would have pissed my pants.
oh my God, I paid for
walk,
it dearly.
Just walk up to you and shoot you. Police brutality.
Well, I'm so careful when I drive most of the time that I'm just like, I barely ever go over the speed limit because I'm so fucking afraid to get pulled over by a cop.
Yeah.
That's the scariest fucking thought to
Oh,
me.
I
Just
know.
just to be like, just to see him coming. I don't know what I would do if a cop was coming. I don't know what I'd do.
I know, like even if I see
If he came up to my car and was like,
I'd be like, yes, sir. Yes.
yes, please, come on.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
this is happening. I'm in.
I'd like to think that if a cop ever did pull me over, I just look at him and be like, "Hello, officer. What seems to be the problem?"
I would
just like
flash
all
him.
sassy,
I would flash
like,
my boobs.
just like,
I'll-
can I get out? Can
He
I
would,
get out of a
and he would just
ticket?"
look at me and go, "Yeah, that doesn't work for me. Please put your shirt back on." And I would go, "All right. Well, you're missing out, bud. This is your loss.
Oh God.
Do you see what you could have right now?
This could be all yours, buddy boy, but no, you're
Nuh-uh.
turning me down."
Well.
That did actually remind me. I've never been pulled over, but I did have quite a rough ride
God.
getting my license.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, because while I was doing in cars, my teacher was like this big, large British lady.
Oh, I remember her.
Thick.
Yeah, what was her name? Lorraine.
Lorraine. That
Lorraine.
bitch
Lorraine.
is thick. She brings the cake to England, dude.
That sounds good to me. I never had her. I just remember people talking about
Yeah,
her.
she was this
she
big
makes
British
the,
lady. Yeah.
She makes the French say, "Let them eat cake."
That sounds delicious.
Anyway, so I had this big British lady as my instructor, and she would not let me crank up the AC. It was so hot
That's
and
horrible.
warm in that car.
Did she
It
smell
was-
bad?
No, I guess not. I don't know.
That
But-
would have been even worse.
Oh no.
If she stank.
Oh yeah, that would be.
She got that
would be
British
bad.
lady
She's got that
stank.
thick lady
Hot.
stank, dude.
Thick
Oh.
lady stank.
Got some fucking
Hot
swamp
box in the
ass going
car.
there, dude. Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
How's it going?
It's 11:40. It's
11:40 at night. The
It's
perfect
those,
time.
it's those real hours right now.
The perfect time to just talk about life, in my opinion.
Indeed.
The perfect time. Well, this is still episode 1 of ThaumaCast. Unfortunately, our good pal Cole,
he passed on.
Yeah, he died. He's dead.
Yes.
It's a real shame. We're really upset about it, but we thought, what would Cole want us to do with ThaumaCast? Would he want us to pause and have a moment of silence for him, or just ignore it completely and keep going? And we decided we're just going to ignore it and keep going.
Indeed.
Because, who cares?
It's... yes.
No, but yes, this is ThaumaCast.
Yes. Ooh.
I've got some gas.
You're
tonight.
excited,
I'm so
man.
sorry.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, we're excited to get started.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is something that I've wanted to do for a while, but it's it's something that not that many people want to just sit and talk to me, because everyone hates me. No, not really. That's not true. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would do it. It's just that I've never gotten around to it, and now I dropped by Zach's house tonight. He's got all this audio stuff, and why not? That's my thought process. We got the stuff to do it. So this should hopefully be the first of many ThaumaCast episodes.
Absolutely.
Where we just shoot the shit.
Shoot the shit, indeed.
Have you ever shot shit?
Well,
with a gun?
I can't say with a real gun, but one time, I think it was back in, maybe my freshman year of high school, I decided to take a shit, as people do, and I got my good old airsoft sniper rifle into the bathroom, and that was the day I shot my shit.
That's a beautiful
glorious
story.
Day indeed.
That's a beautiful story.
But what was funny was that it was so dense. The bullet just sank right in. It didn't even break in half. I just got a mouthful of shit water. And
that sounds
that's
good.
It.
Why don't they sell that
shit water?
Why don't they sell bottled shit water?
Dude, I have no idea.
I feel like my dog would drink that at least.
Well, I don't know. Don't dogs just drink out of toilets anyway?
I think dogs just eat their shit.
Yeah, they'll just do you one better.
I'll tell you what, I've caught my dog doing that a lot of times, and
shit.
every time I go out there and she's doing that, I think, should I try? And then I think, well,
just
she might not like me intruding on her meal. I wouldn't.
What? Yeah, it's kind of rude, but you know what? If I want to treat myself to a fancy feast,
a fancy fecal feast.
The patented fecal feast.
That's the title of this episode. The fancy fecal feast.
Oh god. Yeah, it would come
God.
in different types,
just like a
hot and runny, or just.
Well, hot and runny is like a soup.
It's
a whole restaurant, and they have just different variations of shit dishes.
You got some nice
fancy fecal feasts,
or they got some cold cuts. It's out
it's
in
been
the
out
winter,
there for a
freshly
while.
harvested. Or
you could get it's like ice cream. This was
nice
frozen
fat.
in our coolers for hours. Broasted bum blast. I highly recommend the broasted bum blaster,
dude. It's simply delicious.
You're gonna love if you like the grilled I don't know, the grilled green grump. You'll love the broasted bum blast. I can't even say it.
Blaster.
The broasted bum blaster. With a side of the some kind of dipping sauce.
It's some kind of dipping sauce, like a
tahini yogurt. They have that at Aladdin's. That smells pretty good. When I have to
smegma sauce.
I don't think I would eat that.
No,
I draw the line there.
That's smegma sauce.
The shit I'll eat, but not that. That's disgusting. That's truly disgusting. I have to agree. So tell me about life,
dude.
How you been? I mean, I've seen you a couple times.
Well, first I must say I feel quite good about opening up this conversation with the fecal feast.
I agree. I've been waiting.
Fecal Feast Corporation.
I've been waiting to talk about this, and I just didn't think anyone would want to talk about it. But I found my business partner. Fancy Fecal Feast Restaurants.
A restaurant.
Is it like a fast food place, or is it like a sit down place?
Well, it could be like Chick-fil-A. It's like the higher end of
it's
quality
like
fast food.
The employees are nice. It's not just some like hole in the wall restaurant. It's a known place.
Absolutely.
Fancy fecal
it
feast.
commands some respect.
I would go there. I would try it at least once. You know, you gotta give it a try at least once. Like, I didn't think I'd like sushi, and I liked it. So
sushi is pretty
sushi's
good, man.
pretty
like,
good. I love it.
Like, and weirdly enough, you know, sushi from like Giant Eagle, it's not
that bad. I like it.
I see some people paying some ridiculous ass prices for.
That's true. Yeah,
sushi.
it is not cheap. But have you ever been to Market District?
The big Giant Eagle in
it's like
Strongsville?
it's like
Dude,
that's like heaven.
I know.
I go there and I've never. I remember going in there the first time with my mom, and she was like, She was like, we're going to Giant Eagle, and I was like, oh, it's just Giant Eagle.
Shit,
and
yeah.
I walked into that Market District, and I didn't even know what to do with myself. They had like a restaurant. There was like a live band playing. There was people walking around like doing wine tasting while they shopped. I was like, what is this place? This is no Giant Eagle that I've ever been to.
America.
And they got a Starbucks in there.
Oh, they got their own Starbucks.
They got their own Starbucks. I always get a
come
coffee.
on.
It's the best place I've ever been to in my life. And we're not even sponsored by Market District. I just fucking love Market District.
Oh yes.
Although Market District, if you want to sponsor our fancy fecal feast restaurant, please contact us at our contact info, which we'll supply to you.
Absolutely.
And if just call us, and we'll talk
yes,
business.
Please.
Giant Eagle.
Yes. But yeah, and actually going back to Starbucks a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I was so I noticed, you know, so they got the baristas there, and it looks like they do all sorts of shit to make your coffee. You know, they got a froth milk and, and like put ice in it. But I go to Home Depot, okay, and I see in the little coolers they got this little tiny thing. It's like $4, and it's mocha from Starbucks. That shit tastes so good. And it's so much better than anything I've ever gotten from any barista.
The only thing I ever get at Starbucks is a white mocha, like hot. That's the only thing I've ever gotten at Starbucks. I don't ever try anything else. Although Spencer always gets like just a black coffee, and I think their coffee is really strong. Because Spencer, when he drinks a black coffee from Starbucks, that's the best mood I ever see him in. He's just like,
he's just like
off the bouncing off the walls. Oh yeah,
deep, dude. Like, excuse me. Oh my god. Ow.
Did you eat fancy fecal feast for dinner?
Perhaps.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yep. Sammy, he's my supplier today. For those of you who don't know, Sammy is my wonderful pup.
Oh yes.
He shits all over the house, so I got an ample supply of fancy fecal
Well, that's where
feast at my
we
disposal.
just gather his. And that's actually the secret ingredient. But now everyone knows. We're gonna have to shut down fancy fecal feast. I'm so sorry for anyone that was excited for the grand opening. The store's closed.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, thank you for being here for the entire
for the whole journey. It's
5 minutes that we've been open.
It's been a wild ride, but unfortunately, we're just gonna have to call it quits here because now you all know our secret recipe.
Shit.
I wouldn't be surprised if people are coming to your house asking for some of Sammy's poop.
Indeed.
I mean, I'm gonna do it. Can I have some?
I'll supply to you, of course. You don't even have to ask,
all right.
sir.
cool.
But like, it's gonna be like the fucking paparazzi, dude. They're gonna be
they finally know where it's coming
people scruffing around outside, just like,
you're gonna have to have a bodyguard.
Pick me some dog shit today.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
that would be pretty nice. So what do you want to talk about?
Oh damn, dude.
We have a world of possibilities.
Oh my god.
We have you know what we should do for the next one? We should. Oh, you know what we could do? We could just you could walk over the computer over there and just type in like random things to talk about, and we can just pick the first thing that pops up if you want.
You know what?
That might be interesting. Or I could just use my. If
do
you want to,
that right
you can have
now?
me my phone even. I can just.
Here you
all right,
go,
let's do it.
sir.
All right,
Wow.
we're gonna. All right, let's see what comes up. Random topics. Topics to fuck. I can't spell it right. Topics to discuss.
Yeah. Speaking of spelling,
Random questions. All right. This isn't even the topic, but this place is called Siemens Oil and Gas. And I already thought that was the topic.
How does someone retain their composure?
Why would anyone want that to be the name of their...
Exactly.
Right.
It's like Penn Island, dude.
Oh my god.
Classic middle school humor, dude.
All right, these aren't as funny as I thought that they would be, but
we've been let down once again.
These are good questions, but they're not as All right, you know what? Random word generator. I'm just gonna generate a word, and we're just gonna have to talk about that word that it generates. What? Where's the word? Okay, generate random word. The first two words are domination and grind. I'm not comfortable.
Well, those could
Well,
be...
maybe this isn't a good idea either, because I don't know how we do a conversation about...
How about we just talk about how shitty some of these website formats are?
Like what?
Just like... Okay, so the other day, I tried to sign up for... I tried to, unsubscribe from a newsletter from this stupid ass site. I don't even know where I got it from, but it was someplace called like Video Blocks or some shit. And I swear, it's kind of like pulling up a porn site. You click on one thing and like 60,000 ads come up on your web browser.
I hate that.
I know, and
that's like, I don't even know.
I don't know, man.
It just pisses me off. I don't like when I just don't like that. It just pisses me off. I don't even know. I don't even know what else to say about that. Okay. I don't know. I like feeling safe while I'm surfing the web, and I don't like when websites try to force, or like it also pisses me off, like the how like I guess the word I would use for it is like, I don't know if it's the correct term, but like clickbait shit.
Oh,
like
clickbait.
It fucking like it's all that like I don't go on Facebook very much. I feel like it's kind of dying, but like like that's all Facebook is anymore. It's just like it's just articles upon articles that are just all clickbait, and like I mean it's like the clickbait epidemic. And
oh my god, it's like a plague.
It really, because like you cannot go on Facebook anymore without seeing some sort of like, usually about like TV shows, for me at least, because I'm a big movie guy, so I think Facebook's like, what does he like? Movies. Let's ruin that for him too. No, but like I don't know, or like I'm trying to think, like, or like oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, going on YouTube, it's like it's like their caps lock key is stuck on. It's like, watch this video, watch till end.
Devin opens poop restaurant, gone sexual. That's the biggest headline right now. Devin and Zach open poop restaurant, gone wrong, because everyone found out our secret ingredient.
Watch till end.
Watch till end. Not clickbait. That's let me tell you, a video is clickbait when in the title it says not clickbait.
Exactly.
Like, it's not even
parentheses.
Yeah, not clickbait. If I see a video that says that, I go, well, this is clickbait. Exactly. I'm not going to watch this. Like, at least be creative about your title. I know when a video's clickbait when the title's in all caps and it's like, or like there's a thumbnail that has like a woman's boobs circled in it because they're just trying to get you to just like, I mean, I click on them all, but
of course,
I mean, I always go, wait a minute.
Every time without fail, you see those boobs in the thumbnail. But
last time I clicked on a video like this,
where did they go?
Last time I clicked on a video like this, it was clickbait. But maybe it'll work this time. Maybe it'll work out this time for me. It never does.
It's like playing the lottery, man.
Exactly.
You end up losing a lot of money.
I agree.
Only it's your sanity this time, not money.
Here I go. I'm going to pull up a... some of these questions are kind of interesting. Well, I was like going through them before. Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Would you be willing to reduce your lifespan by 10 years to become rich or famous?
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Would you really?
Absolutely. Well, let me put it this way. If I knew how much life I would have ahead of me, then like say like verse like 90, if I live to be 90 and I have to take 10 off of that to be 80, I could be rich. But
you'll be rich and famous.
Exactly. But if it's like,
I feel it.
I'm 19 right now and I live to be 30. I've only got 1 year to be rich and famous.
That would be bad.
That's not good.
I feel it. Yeah, because that could be the twist. It's almost like one of those movies where like you make a wish and it doesn't, and it's like backfires.
Like from that wonderful film, I think it's like Shrek Forever After.
Oh yes.
Like Rumpelstiltskin.
That's a good topic to discuss that I haven't talked about in a while. What's your favorite Shrek film?
Oh, Shrek 1. So,
Really?
Oh, I love Shrek
I gotta
1.
be honest. Shrek 1's great. There's no doubt. Shrek 1 is a masterpiece of a film. But my favorite, Shrek 2.
Shrek 2?
I love Shrek 2.
Shrek 2.
Not even joking. I actually love Shrek
Really?
2. Yeah, I feel like the first Shrek sets up all the characters, and it does it pretty well. But the second Shrek, you know all the characters already, so it focuses, it expands the story, and like you the characters that you already know, they just expand on them, and you get to like them even more. But Shrek 4 is the worst fucking movie I've ever. I despise that movie. I wish that it was never made. Oh, and I also heard, aren't they making a Shrek 5 now?
I
heard that
news to me.
I heard that they were making a Shrek 5, but I don't even know if that's true or not.
If that's true, I'll
see it.
Don't want to live.
Me neither. No,
I mean, I'll still go see it, of course.
I'll see it.
I
I'll see it.
probably will not want to live after that.
I agree. If they, I don't know. That's just like, to me, it's like, being a guy who writes films and like works on a lot of like movie stuff. That's one thing that like really bothers me about the film industry these days, is just that it's all about like, I don't know, like film used to be so much about like the art or like the genuine like love for making films, and now it's all about money. And like I hope that we as like the human race, I hope we get out of that phase at some point, because like it's just like there's so many movies that are just cash grabs at this point, like fucking Transformers, 700 that just came out.
Yeah.
It's not even like,
Yeah.
I liked the first Transformers. Yeah,
Oh,
even the second Transformers I was okay with.
Oh, absolutely.
Then and then they made the third one, and I was like, I was in a plane when I heard the news. But no, I just Shia LaBeouf like made those movies for me, and then like, I don't know. Then they made a fourth one with fucking Mark Wahlberg out of nowhere, and then I was like, well, hold up there a second. And then they made a fifth one, and I was like, and they also were advertising this fifth one as like it's the final chapter, but it's already confirmed that they're making a Transformers 6.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're already making.
Oh my
like,
God.
they confirmed it before the fifth one even came out, and they were like the final chapter until 6, and it just drives me crazy. Or like, I feel like. I just feel like film used to be so much more like special, and like, I hope that, if I break into the film industry someday, that I can bring, at least just with myself, just bring that that kind of like special, what like film used to be special. I hope I can bring that back a little bit.
Absolutely.
And I love. It's so important. It's such like an important medium for us as a race. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
It's all right. I totally feel you, because like I know I bring this guy up a lot outside of, just like I bring him up a lot in person, and this is the first time I bring it up in the podcast. But Tarantino.
Oh yes.
All his movies, they're so far and few in between, but it's a masterpiece.
He always, Tarantino always tries to do something different, at least. Like he doesn't. And like his movies are just similar enough that it's a Tarantino movie, but he does something different like every time. So like every movie of his is a new experience, which is so important. What like, I don't know, that's like true film. Or I'm trying to think like back to Transformers, like Michael Bay. I don't think that man is like, I love film. He's like, I love making money, and like he doesn't even like put thought into the storylines anymore of. I mean, I guess the only thing I know him from directing is Transformers. I haven't seen anything else that he's directed. If he has, I don't even know. But like,
go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that even like I'm even concerned about like Star Wars, because Episode 7. I thought Episode 7 was great, but and I think Episode 8 is gonna be great, and I think 9 is gonna be great. But then they're starting to do like Rogue One, which was good. I liked Rogue One. But then now they've got this Han Solo movie coming out, which I think the cast is good for it. But, at what point, they can't just... I don't want them to run Star Wars into the ground, like they've done with some other stuff.
Just like going to milk it for all it's worth.
Right. Because it used to be about, like, this is an awesome story, which I think at this point it still is. But, like, if they... I don't want them to start just, like... like it felt like episode 7. Episode 7 was good because it actually felt like thought was put into it. Like you could tell J.J. Abrams has been a Star Wars fan since he was a kid, and like he got to get to direct a Star Wars movie. That's awesome. Like that would be the coolest thing ever. So I feel like he put like thought and like passion into it, and like I don't know. Rogue One was like Rogue One had moments that were good, and it had other moments that I was like, it wasn't perfect, and I don't want them to start like, but it was still fine. But like I don't want them to start making so many Star Wars movies that the like what's special about Star Wars just disappears. I don't know. Sorry, I'm talking so much.
Oh no, please. This is good. This is good, homie. But yeah, I totally feel what you're saying. Like, I don't know. One scene that stood out to me, and it literally gave me the chills in Rogue One, was the final scene with Darth Vader.
It was so good. It was so well done. Good. I loved how they tied the movies together. Like that made that whole movie for me. I liked the characters in Rogue One, but like if they didn't tie that ending into Episode 4, it would have just been an okay movie, in my opinion. But that made the whole movie for me. I remember I saw it in theaters twice, and I remember being like,
oh yeah, I remember. So we all went to see it
together.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
I completely forgot about that.
I just remember because we all got separated, and I was next to Mason, and Mason kept going like, what's going on? And I was like, it's okay, Mason. It's all right. I miss Mason. I haven't seen Mason in forever.
Oh, I know. Yeah, Mason. Mason is our friend from high school. Mason DeWalt.
Great dude. One of my best bros. Well, one of our best bros. We've known him since
middle school, me. I went back to elementary school. He came. Did
to
you
us know? You knew him, and I met Mason in 6th grade, because we had study hall together, and I just remember like I knew him from choir, and then I just started kind of sitting with him in study hall, and he would share combos with me, and pretty much that's all I need to form a friendship with someone. If you toss me some grub, we're friends. And yeah, I remember that was a good time. And then and from the rest is history. And I met you, Zach, in
I think it was
7th grade.
I think it was 7th grade. It was 7. I think you guys hated me in 6th grade because
of the
spelling bee.
Oh my, that is a good story. Yeah, is that a story worth telling?
That is indeed a story.
I think that's a story worth telling.
You're better at telling stories than me, but
well, here I go. I remember it was 6th grade, and our high school put on like this big spelling bee that you had to test into it. I think to be in it, like you had to do like a spelling test to get into it. And my good, I didn't know Zach at this point. I didn't know who he was, but my big group of friends have a friend named Greg, who. I love Greg, but he's the last person you would expect to be in a spelling bee.
I know.
And he didn't even tell us that he was in it. So like we all get called into the gym for this big, huge spelling bee thing, and like we're looking for Greg because we were gonna sit with him, and then like we look up into the crowd, and lo and behold, not the crowd, but the contestants in the spelling bee. There's Greg. And we're like, what the fuck? What's Greg doing up there? And we were like, Greg's in the spelling bee. So we got super excited because we were like, come on, Greg, you can do it. And like we were not sure how far in Greg was gonna get, but it ended up being like there was probably like 30 people in it, and like it ends up being there's 2 people left at the final 2. It's Greg, and Zach here, and we didn't even know who Zach was, but we were like, yeah, Greg, come on, yeah, and like. What word did Greg get?
Oh, Greg
get
this
bungalow?
Beautiful word, bungalow. Yes.
I mean, we were in 6th grade. We were in 6th grade. Greg gets the word bungalow, and I see the look on his face, and he goes, and did he spell it? He spelled it wrong, did he?
He spelled it wrong, yeah.
Because I think he spelled it Bungaloe. An easy mistake for a 6th grader.
Absolutely. But, and then I got the easiest goddamn word. I got burrito.
Well, aren't you part Mexican as well?
Yes, I got burrito.
Greg gets bungalow, Zach gets burrito, and we were like, no! because if we were friends with Zach at the time, we wouldn't have gave a shit. But we were like, no, and so of course Zach spells burrito correctly, and Zach wins the whole spelling bee. But we that's something I've never forgotten. I just remember seeing Greg, up there and just going, what is Greg doing up there?
Looking onward in disgust.
And we were like, oh fuck. But that was a good.
I distinctly
good time,
even
though.
remember I was like, huh, what? Like
that you got burrito?
I was like,
you're like,
Burrito, burrito, and I'm just like,
wins the whole thing. Fucking bungalow.
Oh, yeah,
That's
bungalow.
that word's probably the bane of Greg's existence now.
I said bungalow. He said fucking spelling bee head ass. So like,
God, we gotta have Greg on this.
Oh, I know.
That would be the best thing ever.
Be hearing the whole time.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, we gotta have like Greg up in here, Brandon, John. We gotta get the whole gang up in here. That would be the best. You guys, anyone listening, you'll be in for a treat. When we get those guys up in here. There's some kooky characters, but it'll be a good time to hear them talk.
Absolutely.
Darn tootin'.
Well,
I'm trying to think. Yeah, we got some other good stories from.
Oh my god,
from fucking high school or middle school even.
Dude, oh my god, yeah.
I'm trying to think of good ones. We tell them all the time. Now that I'm on the spot, I can't think of anything.
I know. Well, we could tell them all the stories about
the airsoft stories are good too.
Airsoft stories.
Oh my god. We
could share the story about us walking into the forest and then getting ambushed by.
Oh my god.
Lane
which
and
one that
Paul.
Happens so many times? I know which one you're talking
Paul,
about.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I haven't seen Lane or Paul in so long. Yeah, that was I was in 9th. We were both in 9th grade. It was like the summer. I think it was the summer between 9th and 10th grade.
It was.
It was when
I remember the same day that I did that. The same day I came to that war, I also had to work.
Okay.
And it was during the summer.
Yeah, that was a pretty good. That was a pretty good day. It was at our friend John Huff's house, and he was it was like the whole gang was there, and I had just gotten this really big like light for my camera. And I told Zach, it was like late at night, it was dark, I was pitch black. John has a lot of like woods in his backyard, and it was pitch black, and I told Zach, I was like, let's walk out into the woods and just test out this new light. Everyone was hanging out around the fire, so Zach and I set off on this epic journey into the woods, and I'm testing out this big light. We're just walking. It was pretty spooky. It was pretty dense woods. And we walked for like a really fucking long time until we found this like mound, which was the area that we had set up all our airsoft shit during the day. And so we're like just hanging around. I give Zach the camera, and we didn't think there was. We thought for sure it was just the two of us. And
you remember that time we were walking back and then we stopped and we're like,
that's true.
What the fuck is that?
We
turned around.
It's on the video. I think we hear Zach thought he heard a noise, and like we turn around and we didn't see anything, so we were like, oh, that's fine. Well, there was a noise because Lane and Paul had followed us, and Greg, Greg from the spelling bee had followed us all the way through the woods the entire time we were walking for probably like a half an hour.
Close to half an hour, dude.
They like hunted us the entire time and followed us. We had no idea, and then they opened fire on us. We were both in like a t-shirt and shorts, and so every airsoft hit felt like fucking. I was getting
wasp sting
like a wasp sting, and I had back then I had a very bad temper, so I got really mad and I chased them through the woods. I was yelling, and I think
took. Off,
that's the fastest I've ever run in my life.
That was
and then
scary.
Greg kind of split off from the pack and was like, I wasn't involved, which I don't think he shot at us.
He didn't have a gun.
No, that's
so
true.
Like,
he was just there.
Like, shit, well, what the hell?
Yeah, Greg wouldn't have done that, but like, I just remember. I mean, I'm not really mad about it anymore. It's a funny video to go back and watch, but I just remember at the time I was so pissed off, and then after that, because we were mad, me and Greg and Zach stayed in the woods to just try to scare everyone. So we didn't go back out for probably 45 minutes. And like at first no one gave a shit, but the longer we were out there, the more people started to get concerned about where we were. And like we could hear them. They were like walking and going, guys. And we were like so eventually after like 45 minutes we returned to camp and we came out of the woods and we were like, oh my god, there was something out there, man.
guys, don't go in there.
Yeah, we were like, oh no, and like everyone was like laughing at first, but we played it up like really good,
really
and
well,
to the point that people actually thought we had actually seen something out in the woods. And then I think I broke it because I started laughing.
I know,
but that was a good time.
That was a good time.
We got them good.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. Yeah, a lot of crazy shit has happened at Airsoft Wars. Most of the time, it's not even while we're not even doing Airsoft while it happens.
I would say like.
We do airsoft for like 15 minutes and then we all get bored.
Like 10% of the time, not even, like maybe 5% of the time is airsoft.
Yeah,
even then we all have to stop because all of our like gun batteries die or like someone's gun breaks.
Oh, well, remember mine. Oh, were you there when mine like?
Yeah.
I couldn't even fire it correctly.
I wasn't there because like
I could only fire it by holding it like upside down and pointing it up. And it was the most I was trying to run through the woods with this, having to do all this stupid stuff with my gun, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back and get some water and eat some hot dogs.
Yeah.
This isn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
and it was always like, oh, my stomach just made a weird noise. It was always like our team always had all the guys that had guns that didn't work right, or John Robb would show up with a 2 FPS pistol, and the pellet would just go like right onto the ground.
Yeah.
And or he would be like, "Can I borrow your gun?" And we'd be like, "No,
exactly.
I need a gun."
Yeah, like but, I'll never forget the time where you guys were all just like, laying down all sorts of shit, all sorts of fire in this field, and then you guys stop.
Yeah,
John Robb goes, and then he runs up and just goes. Yeah, and then you can see his BB go.
It was like 1 centimeter out of his gun and just dropped down to the ground. It was the best thing ever. Or like I'll never forget too the time we there was this, like, we had this whole war set up at John Robb's house. And like we had been planning this shit for weeks. John has like an ungodly amount of acres, and we were like, this is gonna be the best thing ever. And it was gonna be, because altogether, like, our airsoft group, we had like probably like 20 people, and what was different about this one was all 20 of us were going to be on one team, while like all 20 of this other group were going to be on one team. And we were so fucking psyched for this war. And then we get there and all 20 of us are there, but then the other team starts showing up, and 3 of them showed up. After everything we had planned, there was 3 of them. They were like, "Can we just join your team?" We're like, "No, that defeats the whole fucking thing. You guys, just the 3 of you, are on a team, and we're doing this."
It was Kevin Leatherman.
Yeah,
Leatherman
and Charles.
Guys. Charles and
somebody
like
else.
Steven or some shit.
Maybe Steven, yeah.
Like Steven.
And we were like, "No, you guys are on one team. And this is it. We're gonna fucking wreck you." Well, it ended up being that he had so much land that we set up our different camps, and we just wandered through the woods for like 4 hours trying to find them. And then when we finally did find them, I remember I was like way in the back. It was me, Greg, and John Robb, and like I had been trying the entire time not to step in any puddles to get my shoes soaked. And after 4 hours of avoiding puddles, I was looking at Greg, and I stepped in the biggest puddle of all time, and my shoe flooded with water. And then I tried to tell Greg, I was like, "Wait, Greg," and he goes, and I was, both of us just at the same time just go, "Fuck." And like after the entire 4 hours, and then we finally hear not actual gunfire, airsoft gunfire, and we were like, "Oh shit, they finally found him." And we run over to like join in the battle after waiting this whole time, and then we all got in trouble because we were too close to John Robb's house, so we had to stop the war. And after 4 or 5 hours of just wandering through the 75 acres of John's woods, then it was just like, "You guys need to come back to the house." And we were like,
just like, this war's over.
We were just like, "Oh shit, okay."
Like, what was like? I don't know if this was a rumor or not, but did Kevin Love jump into the Did he jump into the river or some shit?
That was at John Robb's. What did he do? Oh, we were all gathered around at camp, and like we were just waiting, and that was what was scary about it, because even though the other team had only 3 people, we were like, they could come out of nowhere at any time, and they could potentially decimate our 20-person team if they're good enough. They could destroy us, just all 20 of us, because just by hiding. But no, they never came. But Kevin Love was standing on a log, and I think John Huff was walking somewhere, and he stepped on a twig, and he was like, but we didn't know he was walking. So Kevin goes,
they're coming!
And like he dove into the river and made like the biggest splash I've ever seen. And I fucking dove down because I was like, oh fuck. And like then John Robb comes out of the woods and goes, or no, John Huff comes out of the woods and goes, what? And like we all like got to our battle stations and everything. We were pooping ourselves. And then no, it was just John Huff. We have like 4 different friends named John. It was John just walking through the woods. That was fun. That was a good. I'd love to have another airsoft war at. I haven't done airsoft in fucking forever. Like I don't even know if any of my airsoft. It's been probably like 3 years, but I feel like we wouldn't get anything done. We'd just show up after planning it for like weeks and then just eat hot dogs. But oh yeah.
But yeah, I remember the last time I went to a war at John Robb's house was okay, so it was the night of the Game 7 Cavs finals.
Oh my god.
So Golden State versus the Cavs. And we were out, we were getting shit done, man. It was actually a pretty good war. There weren't that many people. There were only like maybe 8 people, but it was still great. Well, it was like almost the middle of the freaking night. We got to fight at night.
Oh my god.
And then, we're walking, and then suddenly, this scared the shit out of me. We just hear, yeah! Like, the Cavs won the finals. God. We were in the middle of the woods, in the middle of fucking nowhere. And from developments, like a mile away, we could hear people cheering and shit. No houses nearby, but we could hear just the joy and shit.
I don't even remember where I was when the Cavs won. Oh, I was at home. You were
probably at home?
Yeah, I was just, I'm not like a huge sports guy, but like, I remember it was on, so I was like, I might as well watch it, and I did, and it was good.
You did.
It was a good time.
It was very good.
I enjoyed it.
Indeed.
It was a pretty cool moment, that's for sure.
This is going back to the airsoft stuff a little bit, but do you remember John Huff's winter camo at John DeVuse's house?
How can I forget?
Oh, just
well, John. Oh, you were you gonna tell the story?
Frankly, no, you're better at it.
I was just gonna say like John. I just remember he showed up to that was at John DeMuse's house, one of our other Johns, and John Huff showed up. He was like, I got this camo, and we were like, oh wow, like he could be a real force to be reckoned with if he's got this camo. Well, it was literally a huge white sheet, and I thought that's the camo, and so I just remember like we were hiding behind trees and shit, and John like really thought he was sneaking, but I glanced around a tree and I saw just as I suspected, a giant white sheet walking through the middle of the, and I was like, John, I can see you, and he was like. He just dropped down like I couldn't. I was like, no, I see where you are. I can see you. You're right there.
This is bed sheet flapping in the wind for miles.
It was like I can see you. That was a war that like an airsoft war that I was like, at the time it didn't feel like a great one, but that's one that I have good memories of.
That was that was the one where we had Kevin Love go out into the forest by himself with 2 guns and his Jason mask.
Oh my god, I remember that.
And
that was crazy. I remember I remember running somewhere in that one because I think Lane was trying to chase me down, and I was like running really fast to get away from him because I thought Lane was just gonna like actually kill me if he caught me. And I think I tripped and like fell down a hill, and I was like. Oh, and then Lane shot me anyway. He didn't even check to make sure I was okay. He was just like, and I was like, all right, I'm out. And then, and then I died in the middle of the woods.
Oh shit, that was it.
It was rough. It was a rough day. But I came back to life.
Yes, absolutely. Obvious.
I've been holding that one in for a while. I'm so sorry.
Look at the audio feed. That little shit there.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. What else? Any other stories? I feel like we should end this episode pretty soon. But
pretty soon.
But we can talk about. I feel like we got time for one more topic.
Juicy story.
One more juicy. What about some other stories from like high school or middle school? Anything good? I feel like we have so many.
Were you? Well, I wasn't here for this one, but were you there for were you there? Sorry, were you there when Greg got the sole ripped off of his shoe? Like,
I think so,
Bennett,
yeah.
You think so? Like, in
Oh,
study
no,
hall?
I don't think I was
Oh,
there for that.
well,
But I was there for... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. I didn't
I
have
was going
any.
to say I was there when Brandon had the huge rip in his jeans, and we were in social studies or whatever. We were Mr. Sestaro's class. Great guy, by the way. I love Mr. Sestaro.
Yeah.
But
Good guy.
we were in Sestaro's class, and Brandon had a huge rip in the knee of his jeans, and he was like, dude, look, I got this big rip. And instead of not touching it, I grabbed it and ripped his entire pant leg off in the middle of class. I wasn't even planning on doing that, really. I just kind of grabbed it, and he went through he still has that pair of jeans, and it's now a pair of jean shorts. So
Wait a minute.
I think he still has them.
A pair of jean shorts.
I think he turned them into jean shorts.
Dude, if he did that, you know what? I think he just recently wore something like
He
that.
probably has. Yeah, he probably still has them. I'm pretty sure he told me he still has them, but I don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was good times. I don't know if he was happy that I ripped his entire pant leg off, but you know, that's what friends are for.
Absolutely.
That's what friends do.
Speaking of which, speaking of Brandon, do you mind if I endorse
No.
a little bit?
Oh, go ahead. Oh,
I highly endorse Mr. Brandon Yagish's YouTube channel. His name is Rockin' Yo Socks. That's a capital R, all one word.
Rockin', no, not rocking.
Rockin'
Yo socks. Rockin' yo.
Yeah.
Y-O.
Rockin' as in the Rockin' Ed Polly show. Yes.
Great channel as well.
Yes, absolutely. But please go support him. So
I'll put the link to both channels in the description.
Yes.
Ed Pauly's channel, great guy, interesting guy, great channel, and
indeed.
Brandon's channel, Rockin' Yo Socks Gaming, where you can find the most adequate gaming videos
I would-
of all
I
time.
would have to say.
I'm kidding, they're great.
Yeah, the funniest commentary I think I've ever heard, funniest titles I've ever seen.
Brandon's a good dude.
Yes,
I think if you're watching this and thinking it's funny, you'll probably enjoy Brandon's
Yeah.
content as well. But yeah, as far as
That's a
I guess
fecal feast guarantee.
yeah, fecal feast guarantee. That's the tagline for the restaurant. That's you'll love our shit. It's a fecal feast guarantee. I guess we can start bringing this episode to a close.
I would have to agree.
I'd just like to say, as far as because you know this is on the Thaumatrope Productions channel. If anyone's been following, I'm sure you're kind of wondering why we haven't uploaded much lately. We are currently working on a feature-length film written by myself, and Zach is involved. He'll be acting in the film. It's a little film called Collectors. We are currently in the production stage. We've got actors cast, and we're probably going to begin filming pretty soon. So that's what we got cooking up. As for right now, I think we'll be probably uploading some behind-the-scenes stuff as well as these ThaumaCast episodes to keep everyone held, or to hold everyone over. Maybe some short films over time. But yeah, I mean, stay tuned for some more stuff coming from Thaumatrope Productions. I don't know if Zach, you have anything to add, but
Sir, you know what? I just listen to these pages.
Oh.
Listen to how many pages there are.
script.
Just
oh yeah, that's 144 pages of pure script gold, in my opinion.
just pure bliss.
Pure bliss. Well, I think that'll do it for this episode of Thaumatrope. Or no, fucking, I can't even say the name right.
Shit.
That's it. Goodbye. No,
That's it.
This is that does it for the first episode of ThaumaCast. Thank you to anyone who listened to all the way through to our stories, and we'll see you in episode 2, where hopefully it'll be Zach and I, and maybe even some more guests. Who knows?
Absolutely.
We'll have anyone.
We'll see where the wind takes
we'll see
us.
where the wind takes us. That's a perfect way to put it. All right, everyone. Adios. Catch you next time on ThaumaCast.
All right. Have a great night.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, the microphone's not on. Nah.